and today you find me at the southern end of the Medway Valley line. Welcome to Tonbridge. And you can find Tonbridge at the southern end of the Medway Valley line to the west of Paddock Wood. The station is also the eastern terminus of the Tonbridge to Redhill line. Opened in 1842, the original station here had a station building which was of timber construction and platforms were fully covered by canopies. A footbridge, also roofed, connected these platforms. At this time the word Tonbridge was spelt with a U. By the mid-1860s the station was rebuilt into its current configuration of 4 platforms. Goods facilities here has always been very extensive and throughout the first 100 years were improved and even extended. This map from the late 1800s shows sidings behind the coastbound platform as well as extensive ones to the east, including cattle pens. To the south of these, beside the Hastings branch, an extensive engine shed can be seen, as well as a goods station. It is noteworthy that the current depot to the west, currently occupied by GBRF, doesn't exist at this point. By 1893 the station had been rebranded as Tonbridge Junction, with an O to distinguish it from Tonbridge Wells. The Southern Railway made a lot of changes here, not least another name to just Tonbridge. Most of the trackside structures were removed except the offices. New wider platforms in concrete were put in as well as a bay loop to give 3 through platforms. New red brick buildings were put on top of the platforms as well as a high level entrance also in brick. A bridge from this building enabled access to all of the platforms. The tracks were reprofiled, especially to the east, to enable faster speeds through the curve towards Tonbridge Wells and Hastings. The whole signalling structure was also revised, with 2 signal boxes controlling the area. By the 1960s, a new power box was installed between the lines to the west of the station, by what now is the West Yard. Over the next decade, most of the area would continue being electrified, the Tonbridge to Redhill line excepted. This line would have a diesel shuttle from 1965. The 1980s saw colour signalling arrive at Tonbridge, and by the mid-1990s even the Redhill line was electrified. Apart from a new frontage and obvious repainting, the station remains virtually the same from the Southern Region days, and it is a pleasant walk around. OK then, Tonbridge Station on a very noisy main road here. There's the exterior of this modern station, but I'm just going to turn around and show you something which is very, very nice on this road bridge. As you get out of the station on the road bridge, you're going to get a very good view. This is facing towards Paddock Wood. Lovely view there of all the sidings and the track which will then go off down towards Hastings. As you can see, the now very modern exterior of Tonbridge Station. You've got the coffee shop there on the right hand side and the main entrance there, and on the road bridge at the moment. And then across the road, just about to enter the station, there is a little bike store here. There are various posters, and again, you look at this modern exterior they've put onto the main building, or you can still see little bits of the old station building at the back there. Not much to say about the front of the station. It's got the normal advertising. There is an entrance there to a little coffee store, which I've been reliably informed is open till 6 o'clock in the evening, and there's a little cash machine just there. Let's have a little look over this wall just to see what we can see at this point. Probably not too much. I'm going to lift it over, let's have a little look. Whoop. Oh dear, not very good. Ah, there we go, not much at all. Right, let's go into the booking hall. As we go through into the booking hall, you've got your ticketing desk over there on the left hand side, and some automated ticket machines on this side, as well as another entrance into what was a very pleasant coffee shop, I must say. Did have some gluten-free stuff in there, which is good for me. There's your normal gate line, and there are some departure screens up the top there. Also in this booking hall you will find this blue plaque commemorating Holman F. Stevens. Let's go down onto the platform area. And already going through the gate line, we shall see platform information board, if it will focus, platform information board. And there's an assistance point to your right hand side. Interesting connecting bridge, really. Got some corrugated iron on the roof structure there. So I'm turning to the left, there's a position there for excess fares. I don't know whether you can actually buy tickets at that, but it's closed at the moment. I'm here at just before 12 o'clock midday. There are some lifts down to platforms 1 and 2, but I'm going to take the stairs. Oh, before I do so, there's a sign here for the Kent Community Rail Partnership. Interesting station here at Tonbridge, as I've probably mentioned in the history section, that not only does the Kent Community Rail Partnership do things with this station, but also trains here go along the Tonbridge to Redhill or Tonbridge to Reigate line, which is owned by the South East Communities Rail Partnership. Anyway, let's get back down to platforms 1 and 2. Once I've come down those stairs from the overbridge, and I'm now on platforms 2 and 1, or 1 and 2, whichever way you want to say it. And as I turn around, there's a customer information booth there. You've got the overhead information boards, train to Redhill on the Tonbridge to Redhill line, just about to leave in a few minutes. And that's the southern service you see ahead of you there, the Class 377 unit. This station, much like Ashford actually, is a dual station. You've got southern services from here that will run along that line up to Redhill, and then from there on you can go to Reigate, and also mainly southeastern services on this line, and it's actually managed by Southeastern, this station. You've got some seating there and a rather nice Art Deco style waiting area there, which has been very well looked after. I do like that. Let's move around. And no more vending machines. Looks like another similar style waiting shelter just coming up here on the right hand side as well. That's very nice, isn't it? Is it open? That's the thing. It doesn't even look as though it's open really. No, that's locked.
01 Southern Service to
But yep, indeed. There is a southern service on my left hand side. I'm going to carry on down here. It's a very wide station platform here on 1 and 2. And 1 can be, and 2 can be split up into 1A and 2A, but generally speaking they're termed as platforms 1 and 2. There's some more dot matrix displays there, and you get quite a good view across to the other platforms from here. It's a class, I believe, 375 there, heading on its way down, possibly to Ramsgate. It looks like it's almost ready to depart, although it hasn't got a signal yet. A little bit further down platform 1 and 2, there's a small bike rack. And looking further in the distance there, that is Tonbridge West Yard, something I will try to investigate in a little while, but we'll carry on with the station for the time being. There's a temporary speed restriction there on those boards. As you can see, quite a complex network of tracks there. This is quite a busy station for trains going in and out. There's quite a lot of freight that comes through here normally through the weekday. I seem to have come possibly on a bit of a day where not much is happening. But the train to Redhill is just about ready to depart. So let's have a look at this southern service on its way to Redhill. After those couple of Class 73s have gone through, I'm going to head my way back to the stairs. Just a quick note there, look, that's the canopy. Do with a little bit of a paint up, but it's still nice to see some original canopies installed. And there's the dot matrix displays. But yeah, let's get over the footbridge and onto platforms 3 and 4. Same sort of arrangement as we go to the stairs of platforms 3 and 4. There's a lift there and another set of stairs. Okay, down the bottom of the stairs, Class 375 unit coming in on its way to Ramsgate. And I turn around and immediately turn around to the right, because underneath this little underpass is the exit to that lift earlier, also another gate line and another way to purchase your tickets, and there's also a way down to the car park from that exit there. Let's go back onto the main platform. So that disappears on its way to Ramsgate. Turn back around again. Let's continue down our investigation platform 3. On your right hand side there is the place where you can sign in to do video photography work. Normally quite accommodating, and there's obviously an information desk there, and there is a little shop for flowers. Whether that's still open, I don't know. Let's continue down a little bit further, and as you can see here, you've got some brilliant views down towards Tonbridge West Yard, and likewise turn around and there's the overpass with those associated tunnels towards Paddock Wood. As I'm walking down here, there are little bits of what I call standing seating. There's a waiting room there. Is it open? Yes, it is. Oh, that's a nice... Oh, it smells very new in here. Well, that's quite nice. Look at this up the top here. Now, you can easily miss that. That's the reason why I was like trying to look around, pushing doors and trying to find it. That's a lovely little mural detailing the past. And it smells very new in here. Whether it's been recently painted, I don't know. So you've got some suitable seating there. There's a heater. Yeah, that's quite a pleasant little place to park yourself while you're waiting for your train. And let's carry on, shall we? Just to note, there are toilets on this side. Just a little turn round. What we got coming in? Oh, another 375 unit heading up to Charing Cross. As you can appreciate, quite a busy station here, Tonbridge, with a lot of connections. And indeed, a 375 unit here in the bay platform on platform 4. Well, there's an assistance point, and down here a very extensive bike rack. In fact, that's incredibly extensive for a bike rack. Very good to see cycling being promoted on the railway. Let's go back out onto the main platform, platform 3. I hope you're enjoying these views. They are quite substantial and quite extensive views here at Tonbridge. I can imagine this is a great place if you can get the permissions just to stop here, probably for 3 or 4 hours. You're going to see a lot of not only passenger services, but there's quite a bit of freight that will come in and out of Tonbridge West Yard, and indeed will come down through these lines on their way down to the Channel Tunnel area. So a fantastic place to be. In a very on a good day or a bad day. These canopies are quite nice. Anyway, stop me waffling on as that 375 unit carries on its way. Let's have a look down the far end of platforms 3 and 4. There's a more conventional covered bike rack here as well. I always do like to see these lovely little planters in the middle of the platform, brightening everything up. There's a plaque on it. Let's have a little look. There we go. Always brighten up a station. Something very simple. As long as it's well maintained, does brighten up a platform. So then down the back end of the platforms, and you'll see another good, in fact probably the best view from the platforms down into Tonbridge West Yard. If you've got a longer lens, you can probably get a good view down there, but I'm going to go down there in a minute. It takes about 10 minutes to walk down to get to that overbridge to have a little look over and see what's in the yard today. Right, so let's have a little look at the station, but now what I'm going to attempt to do is get over to the West Yard. I've heard it's about a 10-minute walk, so let's go and see if I can make my way over there. As I go down Bardon Road, there is that little car park, and that is indeed the other entrance to the station, with a cycle hub next door, and you can see up there a little flash of red on where the stairwell is, a little bit of a flashback probably to the Network South East origins of this station. But I'm going to carry on now down to the West Yard and continuing down Bowden Road. You know, to get a very good look at the station buildings at the back end of platforms 3 and 4, and it looks better here than it is on the actual platform, so well worth coming down here just to see that lovely back of the station buildings there. So here we are at the GBRF depot. 73 there stuck in the sidings, and 66 over there as well, just outside that. Looks like a relatively new maintenance shed. Let's go up onto the bridge and see what else we can see. And here's a better look at that maintenance depot, or maintenance shed I should say. And there's the class 66, 66, 787 and 69008 in the yard. And from this overbridge, or this bridge I should say, you'll get a very good view across Tonbridge West Yard. Looks like a test train over there in the distance with a class 73 attached, front and back. Get some great views here of the yard. There's a view the other way. It's class 69007 there. And in the distance you can see Tonbridge Station. Fantastic view of the oversight of GBRF West Yard. I heartily recommend the odd 12 to 15 minute trip down here. It's quite easy to get to. Quite safe, I would have thought. And you get some excellent views of locomotives from here. And there's a better look at that test train setup. Yeah, top and tail by 2 class 73s. Yeah, quite heartily recommend a visit along here. You're going to see probably a lot of 73s to be fair, but the odd 69 as well. And if you're lucky enough, you might even, if you stick around, you're going to see some pretty good freight movements. Anyway, I'm going to head back to Tonbridge now and wrap the video up. The statistics for Tonbridge are that it opened in 1842. It currently, at time of filming, has 5 trains per hour westbound, 4 trains per hour eastbound, and more trains to Cannon Street, Strood and Ramsgate during the rush hours. And the entry and exit figures for 2023-2024 were 3,757,714. Tonbridge is a very, very busy station at this southern end of the Medway Valley line, and is also the start of the Tonbridge to Reigate or Red Hill line, which is operated by Southern and managed by the South East Communities Rail Partnership. Indeed, Tonbridge is also co-managed by the Kent Community Rail Partnership, and the whole of the Medway Valley line is somewhere which I heartily recommend you visit. Views at this station are, unsurprisingly, very, very, very good indeed. If you take the time to go down to that overbridge to look over at the West Depot, it's very worthwhile. There's also great sight lines in and out of the station, and you're sure to see a lot of freight if you stay here for around about 3 to 4 hours. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment and subscribe. And if you can, get out there, get on the railway and see where it takes you. Thanks very much for watching.